Hi, my name is Samantha Jian-Pielak. I'm from Canonical. I'm a technical partner manager. And I was in the last BlockFest event in October in New Hampshire, where I helped to set up the Ubuntu test environment. And I ran through the interoperability test plan and provided some feedback that's specific for Ubuntu. And during that exercise, what we have found is that the OFED support on Ubuntu is, let's say, not as great as for other Linux distribution. So today I'm going to talk about the current state of the community-supported OFED on Ubuntu and also Ubuntu in the cloud. And before I start, I'd just like to take a moment to talk about who we are and what we do. So most people have heard of Ubuntu. It's a #1 Linux operating system that focuses on the ease of use around the desktop. And Ubuntu Server becomes increasingly popular in recent years as a technology in the cloud or as a technology to underpin the cloud infrastructure.
Okay. Maybe move that up another notch or two. It'll help, I think, Samantha.
Okay. So for end users, it's free. We have provide regular updates. You don't need to sign up or enter into any agreement to use the software. But for enterprise customers, we have Ubuntu Advantage to provide services and support. Canonical is the company that stands behind Ubuntu. It's founded by the founder of Ubuntu, Mark Shuttleworth. We have over 600 employees. Our headquarters are in the UK. We have offices throughout the United States and in the Far East, such as Taiwan and China. Canonical provides commercial-grade services and support for people who deploy Ubuntu and also to partners who do engineering with Ubuntu. We work with OEMs such as HP, Dell, Lenovo, and others to ensure hardware compatibility. And we also work on the certification. We invest a lot of engineering in creating and certifying the integrated solutions on various Ubuntu platforms. We also work with IHVs and ISVs, independent hardware vendors and independent software vendors to ensure the compatibility. And specifically with independent hardware vendors, we have the technical partner program where we assign a partner manager to act as a first contact point to provide technical assistance, such as providing Ubuntu packaging training, or just in general how to get the kernel module patches into Ubuntu kernel. And also we share roadmaps. The idea, the two major ideas behind this program is to set up the communication channel and also the support channel. And there are benefits comes with it. By sharing the roadmaps, we get to know which directions each company is taking and where we can explore areas where we can do reference design, reference architecture, such as joint marketing. Another major benefit is that we have a long list of certified component catalog that gives OEMs and ODMs the visibility and assurance that the final system designs will be certified with Ubuntu. And also your components will be recognized as officially supported by Canonical. All right, so today I will just go through the Ubuntu release cadence for those who are not familiar with Ubuntu. And then I will talk about Ubuntu in the cloud with OpenStack. And last I will cover the current state of the community-supported OFED on Ubuntu, specifically on the user space component. So we follow time-based release cadence. We have a release every 6 months. The upcoming one is Actually, it's going to be in a few days, next Thursday, 25th, 1304. It's released in April 2013. And the next one will be 1310. That's 2013 October. So you get the name in the number. We have decided to shorten the support cycle for regular releases into half. Starting 1304, we are going to have a 9-month support cycle instead of 18. And every 2 years, we have the long-term support release. The current long-term support release version is 1204. The next one is going to be 1404. And it has 5-year support period of time. And during this 5-year support cycle, we provide hardware enablement stack to support the new hardware through the point releases. I'll talk more about that in the next 2 slides. The last one is the rolling release. That's the topic that was brought out by the Ubuntu engineering team about 3 months ago. The purpose of having the daily release is so that developers get to use the latest development environment to check their code. And also they get more feedback, testing feedback from the community. But we haven't decided whether we're going to do it yet or whether what kind of implementation it requires to do so. So this is a graph to show you the server release cycle. And if you look at the 2 LTS releases, 2004 and 1404, they are bumps. These bumps are point releases. And it's usually scheduled 3 months after the latest non-LTS release is out. So for example, 1304 is going to be released in this month, next week. And in August, the third one, 1204.3, is going to be released. The reason we chose 3 months is that from the experience, 3 months is sufficient to catch all the critical bugs and to implement the fix. That's why we chose 3 months. This is show you the kernel version in each Ubuntu release. For 1204 LTS, the base kernel is 3.2. It's going to be supported for 5 years until 2017. And in this upcoming release, it's going to be 3.8. We don't know what's the kernel version we're going to take for 13.10. And that's one of the major topics that we will cover in the Ubuntu Developer Summit. And then this upcoming one is in 3 weeks, from May 14th to 16th. It's a virtual summit. If the time doesn't work for you, all the sessions will be recorded, so you can watch videos. And it's free to register. This is the event where a lot of Ubuntu developers will be present at the same time. So if you want to know what the direction Ubuntu as a project is taking, this is the event you don't want to miss. And also, if there's any topic that's of interest for you, then this is where you can propose to have a session and to engage the Ubuntu community. All right. So cloud technology has been a hot topic in the last few years, and it has made a huge impact to the IT infrastructure designs. And in some ways, it also enables people to develop their competitive advantage. OpenStack is a free open source project. It's a cloud computing platform. That means that you can use it to build private or public cloud. And Ubuntu server has has been widely adopted in the enterprise computing field, especially in the scale-out field. This is the graph. This is from W3 tags on the web servers. And you can see this is the top million websites by traffic. And you can see nearly 3 times of servers that are running on Ubuntu than, well. Just about 6 months ago, HP announced that they're going to certify all their volume server SKUs with Ubuntu. And Dell recently announced that they are going to recertify their current 12G servers with Ubuntu. And not just 12G, they're going also certifying 11G and some of the PowerHC servers that's designed to deploy cloud on the Dell hardware. Ubuntu is the #1 cloud guest on all major public clouds like Space, HP, Microsoft, and Amazon. So cloud computing is not for everyone. It's for businesses that they need to deal with like variable workloads or to process a huge amount of data for, say, business intelligence or business analytics, or just to deploy the new services and products fast. So for businesses that need to do better than their competitors, they need to be able to use this technology cost effectively. And these are the 4 drivers that we see people are looking to move towards the cloud. Agility. People want to be able to, people want to be agile. They want to be able to deploy the new services and products fast by shortening the time between development, tests, and production. The ability to scale. So instead of scale up, we're talking about scale out. Sorry, scale up, and we're talking about scale out. So we want to be able to accommodate the amount of data that's increasing rapidly. And not only the scale out, you also want to be able to scale down. So these are the 2 drivers that we see people are looking to increase the capability, like how can I do things today and tomorrow that I couldn't do yesterday? And on the other side, there's automation and improved utilization. People want to be able to automate the provisioning of the new systems when they need to add the capacity, or they want to be able to automate the deploy of the new services so that it's not that time consuming or it doesn't require so much manual effort. Improved utilization. So even though the virtualization and co-location technology, still you see what we see is that you get like over just slightly above 50% of utilization on these servers. And people want to be able to sweat their assets more. So these are the 2 drivers we see people are looking for cost reduction. OpenStack, this is a mission statement. It's defined by OpenStack Foundation. Really, it's about to produce the best open source cloud computing platform with a simple to implement and massively scalable design in mind. And the organization behind OpenStack is OpenStack Foundation. It consists of 24 board members, people like Canonical, and also organizations like Rackspace, Cisco, AT&T, IBM. Some pretty significant organizations are also part of this. It is the fastest grown open source project with a very large community. Within a quite relatively short period of time, it started around 2009 to 2010. So Ubuntu, our goal is to be the fastest and the easiest platform to deploy OpenStack cloud. Ubuntu server has all the technology in the Ubuntu Cloud Archive. So like, it contains everything that you need to deploy the OpenStack cloud. So through the Ubuntu Cloud Archive. And we also ensure that it meets the stability requirements for the server production environment. And a lot of that comes from testing. That means that within 4 hours, the code lands in the OpenStack trunk. It will get pulled down to our testing environment where we run a series of tests. And within a short period of time, we'll know how things fit with each other and how things are developing. And not only the commit testing, we also test the betas, release candidates, and of course, final releases against multiple versions of Ubuntu as well. So Ubuntu is the reference operating system for OpenStack deployment. And we have, since 2010, integrated OpenStack starting from the B release. OpenStack release is aligned with Ubuntu release. On the left, it's OpenStack release. With 12.04 LTS release, we carry SX. So this upcoming 13.04 release, it's going to come with the Grizzly OpenStack version that's released at the same time. So this is 12.04 LTS release. This is 14.04 LTS release. Canonical have committed to support OpenStack on the LTS releases. That means that you can basically you can get OpenStack upgraded every 6 months on the 12.04 LTS release. From SX to Folsom to Grizzly release to Havana release, all the way to I release to 14.04. They will be supported on the 12.04 through the Ubuntu Cloud Archive. And of course, if you choose not to upgrade, you can stay with SX, and again, you get 5-year support. And from 14.04, the base OpenStack release is I release. Whether we're going to do the same on 14.04 as what we do to support OpenStack on the 12.04 will largely depend on the OpenStack development. If it has matured that people don't need to check each OpenStack release, then we probably won't do the same as we support 12.04. Ceph. Ceph is a distributed unified storage platform. It supports block storage, object storage, and also POSIX compliant file systems. 54%, this is a recent survey done by the Ceph, and 54% of people who responded to the survey chose Ubuntu to host Ceph clusters. And we believe people chose Ubuntu it's because of scale. It's more economic to work with Ubuntu. The cost of Ubuntu is typically a half to a third of the cost of a traditional Linux enterprise platform. And also because of the tools, we've been with OpenStack for so long, well, since it started, which is not that long ago. There are tools that's designed to address the scale around Ubuntu. So we've looked at all the user space components that include user space libraries and benchmark tools that's included in the OFED 3.5, and compared that with those that's available on Ubuntu stock repo against these 4 Ubuntu releases, 11.10, 12.04, 12.10, and 13.04. So the green means that the one that's available on Ubuntu is newer than the one in OFED 3.5. Yellow means that the one in Ubuntu is older. And red means that that's not available in the Ubuntu stock repo. So I won't go into each of them in details, if that's what you're afraid. And so there are about 30 of them. And you can see that 13.04 is best supported among these 4 Ubuntu releases. And this is a summary. So in general, it's some are missing, but in general, 13.04 is looking good. So here I listed what's missing and what needs an update. All right. So the slides will be made available. So if you need this, you can find it in the slides in a week. Resources and non-OFED related development. So there are 4 Ubuntu systems in the UNH IOL Interop lab. I want to thank Rupert and people from the UNH IOL for helping to in arranging and setting up those systems. These 4 systems are with Mellanox cards right now, and I believe as an OFA Interop member, you can send the cards to the lab and request a swap to check out the Ubuntu server if you like. And the second section is the requirements that we have heard people are interested around the OFED. DHCP over IB, UDEF rules, or just rename the networking interface. And I believe DHCP over IB, DHCP is enabled on the latest IC-DHCP package in the latest Ubuntu. And unfortunately, I don't have any updates on the rest of the topics here. All right, so this is certainly not as technical as other sessions, but I hope that this will give you a good start point if you are looking into supporting Ubuntu for people who are interested in developing HPC applications using OFED. And I will be happy to. I've seen like people packaging the components like these are missing or not updated for 12.04. So maybe something central would be nice, like a project, an OFED project on the Launchpad. It's free to register a project there, and also maybe a landing page on the Ubuntu Wiki so you can share the tricks or the tips that you have learned while you are using OFED on Ubuntu. I will be happy to set those up. And also the Ubuntu Developer Summit, if you would like, I can host a session and put up together agenda that we can talk about the topics that and that you can also engage the Ubuntu community. So, all right, that's all I have. Any questions? No?
So if you list of things that were missing, why did you choose not to put some of these things into the Ubuntu?
Well, if you're talking about packaging, that's not a significant effort, but that's just not good enough, because when there are issues, when people are using those packages and there are issues, we don't have the expertise to support that.
Okay, so like, for example, I see DAPL up there. So what you're saying is that you ran into some problems trying to get it to work on Ubuntu and you just didn't include it because it didn't work on Ubuntu. Is that correct?
Say that again?
I said the reason, for example, like on some of these like DAPL, that
Right.
you tried to use it but it wouldn't work on Ubuntu, and so you just didn't include it?
Oh, no. This is not our decision. This is totally based on the current community support. So this is not like Canonical decided not to include that. No.
Okay.
Right. And it won't be.
So it means that no one built a package for that component for Ubuntu. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I've seen people doing that. Like there are packages that they need to use and they want to use it on Ubuntu, and they will package those components but put it in their own PPA. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
so maybe we can have something like on the Launchpad, instead of someone's PPA, you can have an OFED project, Launchpad project. Launchpad is a web-based software platform that's highly integrated with Ubuntu.
Mm-hmm.
So we can have an OFED project, and there's PPA that's probably for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's something interesting for you, and I think this is great if you want to engage more people in this community. I think.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.